because I heard about the diversity on campus. I got in contact with the Kearney Center, and they made it so easy for me to transition from studying at home to studying abroad.
I decided to study at Minnesota State University Mankato because I felt wanted and desired by the campus. They offered me a culture contribution scholarship, which decreased the amount of tuition that I pay, and that was the only university that did that for me among the other universities that I applied for. I would say just prepare documents and get familiar with the application process. Also manage your time really well, have a timetable and be aware of the due dates. And if you just have any question, get in contact with the Kearney International Office. They are super helpful with that.
Yep, I agree. So for my visa interview, I went into the interview very scared because I heard other people's opinions on it, and I watched a couple of videos on YouTube to prepare, and actually my experience was the opposite of what people told me. It was very good actually, and the officer was very nice. He asked me about why I wanted to go to MSU, and I talked to him about the diversity, and I also told him I want to go to MSU to study and then take that knowledge back into my country and apply what I learned.
Definitely, yeah. Same experience.
There's a lot of differences between studying back home and studying in the US. The big difference you're going to notice is that in the US they actually apply the concepts you learned into real life situations. That's going to be different in the case if you're in American school, because I went to an American school and the transition was very easy for me. There's a lot of similarities and it's not that hard. You can definitely do it.
I had a total opposite experience. I came from an Arab high school. I graduated from an Arabic high school, so everything, the whole system was super new for me, but I managed to do well in it. I guess what I did was just utilizing the resources we have on campus, like the academic center and the tutoring center. Also, office hours were really helpful, but the main thing, if you're a student coming from an Arab high school, you have to understand that the system is so different. Everything back home, I guess, is more like spoon-fed, and you get your scores based on memorizing, but right here you have to figure out your own stuff, your own answers. You do a lot of research, and that's really good for me, I guess, because that's stimulating for your professional career after you graduate. A major surprise and a really good thing that you have access, or you're allowed to build your schedule from A to Z. You pick the classes, you pick the times, you pick the professors, so you are responsible for your own schedule, which is a really good thing. You can manage it based on your work and based on your extracurricular activities.
For me, I noticed the big differences. The big major thing I noticed is the help from professors. You always can go to office hours, tutoring centers, and you always can get help from upperclassmen. They're always willing to help. The biggest challenge for me was time managing my school time and work time. So I was never used to working during my academic years, and so I came here and I had to balance working as teacher assistant, school, and friends. And I did that by having a planner, just knowing how to manage my time and making certain time periods for doing those things.
For me, the biggest challenge I guess I had in my freshman year was just getting familiar with the American culture and get to know or be friends with American students. And I think the experience that I lived in dorms or on-campus housing was really beneficial because we have a lot of activities, and West Life here on campus help us get to know each other. Also, the international office offer a lot of activities to have a lot of friends and stuff like that. So I came with an idea that I will struggle making friends and socializing, but that was not the case when I got here. Me personally, I did not have a hard time to obtain a job on campus. I was able to be a learning community coordinator for MSU during my sophomore year, and that was because I was a member in the Alpha Engineers Learning Community my freshman year. And overall, MSU is really helpful when it comes to professional development. We have a lot of resources in campus, such as Career Fairs, Career Development Center, and Kearney International Office too. At the CDC or the Career Development Center, they will help you to build your resume and cover letters. Also, during last summer, I had the chance to intern off campus for Blue Earth County Public Works, and that was mainly because I had a refer from the faculty to apply for the position, and I ended up having it.
So for my experience, I got the chance to be a teacher assistant and a research assistant, and that's all because my professor saw that I was a reliable student and I actually tried to work hard on my academics, so he thought I deserved that position. So definitely represent yourself as a reliable and a good student to your professors, and that's definitely could earn you a job position on campus.
I wish I'd known that I'll come here and I will be responsible for managing my own time. I will be responsible for making my own meals. I'll be responsible for a lot of different things that I was not responsible for when I was back with my family. So that's a huge transaction you gotta pay attention for. Also, in the United States in general, and specifically being a student in this university is not about just going to school. You have to engage with the campus. You have to engage with a lot of different clubs related to your major, so you can work on your professional development after you graduate.
For me, the biggest shock was the weather. It's pretty cold over here, not like summer back home. So you might not be surfing, but you could go snowboarding. So yeah, that was the biggest shock. And it's not always cold in here, so we get good weather in the beginning, but definitely get a jacket or buy one here. That's even better. So my tip would be definitely be open-minded. Know that there's a lot of students on this campus and they all come from different backgrounds, and definitely go into this university with an open mind, thinking that you're going to meet people from different backgrounds with different views, perspective, and opinions, and just be able to respect everyone. That's definitely a great way to make friends on campus.